dealing with the goddamn difficulty of Jak 2. I was looking forward and at the same time rolled my eyes when I heard of Jak 3, the game that would end the trilogy. Was it a satisfying conclusion, or did it end with disappointment? Well, let's find out. Jak, along with Daxter and Pecker, are banished to the wasteland by Count Veigar for crimes against Haven City. Before the desert could claim 3 victims, a group of wastelanders saves the 3, and they arrive in Spargus, which is led by King Damus. But unlike Haven, Damus wants Jak to prove himself in order to become a citizen.
You need to work on making a better first impression.
In the unforgiving wasteland, we value strength and survival above all. We will see where you stand soon enough. Complete your training, then enter the arena. Just the bravest crawl out and are allowed to stay in Spargus. It's quite simple, really.
What happens to the ones that don't crawl out?
Then it will be as if we never found you.
I was afraid of that.
Later on, Jak and Daxter meets with a group of monks who warns them of an ancient evil that will come and destroy the planet. And the only way is to travel to the core of the planet by going through the catacombs that were hidden under the palace which got destroyed.
Why are you so obsessed with death?
Because of that, the day star approaches, and every day grows brighter. This planet's final trial is coming.
When arriving back to Haven, Jak and Daxter also get involved with the war in the city between the Freedom League, the KG robots, and a group of surviving metalheads, even though Metalcore died at the end of Jak 2. The story is big as it tells the trial of Jak to prove that he is the one that will save the planet, and to be honest, I frickin' love this storyline, as it has the tone to make it a very good story, and it's just very well told.
There is still a chance to save your world. I hope you are more successful than many planets whose fate has already been closed.
You mean we have to fight against actual people? With actual weapons? Who actually want to hurt us?
Fine, bring him on.
Alright, that's it! I want to be on his shoulder!
Jak 3 plays just like its predecessor Jak 2, as it combines platforming, driving, and shooting. Not to mention, there are missions to complete to progress the story. There are missions that range from defeating particular enemies to specific locations or completing a puzzle. To counter with the Dark Eco, which grants Jak to become Dark Jak, he can also collect Light Eco that returns from the very first game. Light Jak can range from healing to stopping down time to a shield and being able to fly. Jak can transform into dark and light without having to fill up the entire eco gauge, which was one of my biggest problems with Jak 2. The Morph Gun returns, but this time the game adds 8 more mods to use. The game also introduces desert vehicles to help Jak travel through the wasteland and has a strong variety of vehicles depending on strength and weapons. Daxter becomes a very playable character at certain points in the game. However, aside from climbing on rail grids just like Crash Bandicoot 2, his gameplay is similar to Jak, plus his jumping mechanic is kinda weak and very loose. Now, you may ask, did Jak 3 fix the difficulty problem from Jak 2? Hell yes! Jak 3 has balanced the difficulty so it wouldn't make the game too easy or just plain insane. But frustration returns for some missions, but the challenge doesn't go too far to the point where you throw the controller all over the place. Thank God for that, as I thought the Dark and Light Jak's executions were much better, as I can finally feel like unleashing them at any time. So yeah, the gameplay was a huge step in the right direction, and was very fun as well. Haven City drastically changed as it's smaller and not many areas to explore. Not to mention that the sewers in Haven Forest has changed as well. But the game makes up for that with the inclusions of both Spargus City and the Wasteland. The The areas combine the environments of Precursor Legacy and Jak 2, and I have to say it looks breathtaking to look at. New Haven replaces the water slums, and this looks beautiful as the area looks just like the city that I would expect in the future. And the wasteland looks great as the storm gives the tensions of being in a sandstorm. So the visuals look fantastic, and one of the best looking games for the PlayStation 2.
You could not possibly understand the dark forces at work here.
Don't talk to me about dark powers. I want to know what this is. Stand back.
Out of the trilogy, Jak 3 has the best and most memorable soundtrack. The tunes fit into the proper atmosphere to the situation in the missions. Also, some are even epic to listen to. Special on effects, as it does reuse the sound effects from Jak 2, and once again the jumping sound effect changed. Comparison? Voice performances are fantastic. Daxter continues to be the wisecracking Otso that I love. Jak still sounds like a badass, but his character greatly develops as the game progresses.
Ow! Still giving us the crappy missions, huh?
Dark, dirty, dangerous. I'm beginning to like this war.
Well, I could ruin your whole day!
I think this one's bigger than both of us.
The only character that has a change of voice actors, and that is Kira, which unfortunately doesn't make much of an appearance.
Also, the large number of eco-crystals being moved about can mean only one thing. Someone is trying to awaken vast precursor technology.
The others sound awesome as they make the characters believable, and they greatly developed as well.
I mustn't lose you, like I lost my son.
You had a child?
Long ago. But much has been sacrificed in this war so that others could live. Anyway, it matters not. We're having serious trouble with marauders lately. I want you to take a vehicle and hunt down their warrior patrols. Go, and make war your own.
So music is epic, effects not much to say, and the voices are great.
I give you a new light power, one which will help you reach new places. Places only in your dreams.
On your monk, get set, ride!
Now, there is always a game that you come into with great expectations and the game succeeded your expectations. Jak 3 was the prime example for me. Jak 3 has proven to me that it's one hell of a terrific game. It has a great story plot, fantastic gameplay, beautiful visuals, epic soundtrack, a well-balanced challenge, and terrific voice performances. I strongly recommend this game as it's a huge improvement over Jak 2. To close this out, not only is Jak 3 my favorite Jak and Daxter game along with the Precursor Legacy, but it's also one of my all-time favorite games.
Oh yeah, now we're talking! Hey, what do I get? Nothing, as usual.
So I greatly give Jak 3 a 9.7 out of 10.
You know the routine.
Yeah, We do all the work, you get all the credit!
Chaos Blast!